So this video is going to be my debt confession. I'm not going to go over like the numbers yet. I'm going to do that in another video. So a couple of years ago, my husband unexpectedly passed after we had moved to where he lived now. We'd only been here like, I think 3 months, something like that. It was very unexpected, and I did not handle the grief very well. I spent sometimes just days in bed, not getting out of bed unless I had to use the restroom or, feeding the pet and stuff like that. And there's, of course, a lot of expenses with that, and just a general, life. And I wasn't making that much money then. Thankfully, I had enough money to, pay some stuff off. But I was making about $6 less than what I am now. I think I was making like $12.20 or something like that at that time. So, I wasn't in the capacity to, get like a second job or anything like that. Like I said, I was just, if I wasn't working, I was spending most of my time in bed. And then, COVID happened, and thankfully my work was considered essential, so we were still working, but, again, not making great money. We did have some overtime, but then it varied because the way they gave it out was kind of like first come, first serve type thing. And I realized that I was not using the best coping mechanisms, along with, using therapy and medications only helped so much. And to try to get motivated to do stuff that I normally used to like, I found out that I was, purchasing stuff that I didn't, necessarily need, or I'd walk around Walmart. Well, before COVID, I would walk around Walmart for hours because I didn't want to go home after work. And then, of course, then I would purchase stuff on the credit card, and then our cat got sick 3 different times, and that was quite pricey. And then he had to be on special food and medication that was like a couple $100 every month, and I didn't have the funds for that, so I was charging it. And then, prices increased of stuff, and I could no longer afford it, so, I put it more on the credit card. And, my taking care of myself went downhill. I'd go grocery store and purchase items, and then, I wouldn't make any of the food. So it'd go all to waste, and then doing like a meal program where they deliver the food that went to waste, unless it was like microwavable. But then it got to the point where I wasn't really doing that, and then went to like DoorDash, and I don't know if Uber Eats came. I think it was like the second year of COVID or whatever. They finally came to my area, and then it's like every day I was getting deliveries. So, that adds up. So just doing stuff that I should have been doing, that because I wasn't taking care of myself. But in the long run, at the time, I thought, oh, well, next month will get better, or oh, well, this is easier, it's faster, whatever, but not thinking monetarily. I'm just like swiping the cards and stuff. So now I'm at a much better place, and the things I used to really enjoy when my husband was alive, I'm doing some of them again, and some of them more this past year, like cooking and stuff. And so I do more stuff of like his memory and stuff like that. So I am better than what I used to be. Sometimes the weekends are still a little bit tough. So sometimes I the area I live in, like, I don't really know anyone. Um, so, you know, and most of my friends don't live in the state that I'm in, so, you know, but I have other family. They're a little ways away, but, you know, and I don't want to always spend all my time with them, you know, because they, I'm sure, want to spend their time, you know, doing their own thing. But things have gotten, you know, better, and that will also reflect in my next video that I do in regards to how much total, the breakdown of the total of the debt I had, and then how much I paid off in a whole year, because I've been budgeting for a whole year, but I haven't been making videos. And I've realized the last couple of weeks, I really like the strays coming and visiting, because it reminded me of our cat we used to have. But I also know one of the reasons why I haven't gotten a pet, or another cat, was because of medical bills. I just could not afford that, let alone 3 of them. But I can't afford, you know, like $16 a month to get a big huge thing of cat food. It's not specialized and stuff like that. Then, so yeah, so they've given me a lot of joy having the pets around. And then maybe during the winter or whatever, I will make them, or have someone make them a small little, you know, thing for them to have shelter for the winter. But anyways, and I know I'm rambling now. And this is like, I try to make this video like so many different times, but so the total amount that I was got for credit cards was over 50,000, and I'll do a breakdown on my next video, along with showing how much I paid off, and I was really surprised how much I paid off. But yeah, grieving is just a major roller coaster. But yeah, and I'm glad I'm doing better. I know he'd be happy with that, and doing stuff in memory of him. Not just like, you know, we would have went and did this or whatever, and sometimes I did do that, and don't have any regrets of doing some of that stuff. But some of it I could have spent less money. One of them I haven't done, which was our big huge anniversary international trip that we had originally planned, but hopefully in the future, after I pay off my debt. But so yeah, so if anyone's going through grief, I hope, you know, give yourself, you know, a hug every once in a while, or grace, because it is hard, but try to remember, I guess in some ways, because I mean, I don't want this to be a lecture, but just as a warning, that if you're going to be spending money, it does add up. And but yeah, and sometimes the days will get better. It just takes time, and whether that be, you know, you won't always, obviously you won't, you'll probably always miss the person, and you don't always want them to be here, but it does get better. It just sometimes takes quite a long time. And yeah, that's all I have for this video.